What is up, everybody? Thanks for checking out today's video. So when I live stream and a lot of times in the comments of my videos, I get a lot of questions about what I use for a setup. What does my setup look like? So I wanted to take some time and show you guys around what I call my studio or my basement battle station, whatever you want to call it. If you guys watched one of my IRL videos from back in the summer, I just moved into the townhouse that I'm in now. So I took you guys through that townhouse. Everything wasn't set up, but now it is some months later. Everything's set up, so I'm going to take you guys through the entire studio here in my basement, and I will show you guys what everything is all about. It's not all RuneScape related, but I do use it for different projects. So let's go ahead and check it out. All right, guys, so welcome to AsukaYenOSRS Studios. If you were to walk downstairs into the studio, this is what the first thing you would see is my motorcycle helmet pillar. And for those of you in the comments, if you ask what I ride, it is a 2006 CBR 1000RR. It's a Honda. A lot of you guys see me wear the Honda hoodie a lot of times when I'm streaming. The black and gray, and the white helmet are mine, and the pink one is my fiance's. I do also have a red and black one, which is at my parents' house. They let me keep the bike there in the basement throughout the winter. So thanks, Mom and Dad, for letting me keep it out of the cold and the ice and the rain and all that. So moving into the studio, a lot of you guys usually see the guitars and stuff on the wall behind me when I'm streaming. I do like to play music. I played in a band for a while, and we did a lot of shows around the DC, Maryland, and Virginia area. We played at the Baltimore Soundstage in Baltimore. That was a lot of fun, probably the most fun show. So yeah, I still do play guitar a lot, and I record some music, which we'll get into in a second. But from left to right is a Takamine acoustic, a Schecter Damien Elite, Fender Telecaster, a BC Rich V, and over at the end is a Fender Precision Bass, and old computer chair there in the corner. That needs to go to the dump. And then right here is some new computer parts. I can't wait to do this. I'm waiting for all the parts to come in. I have to order them slowly because they are expensive, but soon I'm going to be building a brand new computer for streaming and video production, and I plan on doing an unboxing video with all the stuff that I get, as well as a build video of me putting the computer together. So that'll be fun. Right now, all I have is the case, the power supply, and the motherboard. But moving on. And then over here, we got the, you have to have the futon in the basement. Sometimes take naps down here whenever I just don't feel like going upstairs, or when I want to be a basement troll and stay down here. And then up on the wall is the stage scrim from my band. This is what we always put up on our shows to hide the amplifiers and stuff. So we're from Maryland, and our band name was Subject to Change. One of our most popular songs was Count Your Blessings. If you want to listen to some of our music, I guess I'll leave a link in the description down below of that YouTube channel with like all 27 subscribers. Yay! So as far as the music goes, over here in the corner, I have a PV Valve King half stack. The bottom cabinet is the half stack, and up top is the amplifier, 100 watts. It's a very nice amplifier. I really like it a lot, and I do all my recording with it straight out of the amplifier into the mixer, and that is an SM57 microphone. Very good, one of the best in the world for recording directly from an amplifier for pretty much any instrument. I have a pedal board, made that myself. It has got a vocal correct on it, pitch correction, a noise suppressor, a tube screamer, and a tuner. And the practice amp there is the Line 6 little Spider Mini or whatever it is. I try to use that as much as I can so I don't annoy the neighbors at night. But when I'm trying to annoy the neighbors, I definitely crank up the Valve King. And as far as recording goes, I have this little mixer here. It is a Behringer Xenix Q802. It's a USB, and I record everything straight into Studio One. And that is a interface where you can record music in and edit it and put everything together. And over here is some in-ear monitors. These are Shure's, and they're really nice for listening back to what you're putting into the mixer and that is getting recorded. Obviously, I have to have the modem as close as possible to the computer, so that's pretty nice. And then over here, this is where you see me record all of my intro sequences. So anything that I do live and that I do with like intros goes right here. There's a nice little nook here, and I thought that was pretty cool. So I made a nice little PVC like pipe up there that I put into the wall and hung the green screen up there. And then if I step back here, you can see right there in the front is the microphone. It's a Blue Snowball microphone. It's a condenser microphone. That is what I use. It just sits right in front of me while I record to catch all the audio. It is omnidirectional, so it only records from the front, and behind that is just a little tripod for the iPhone. Everything I record, I usually do on my iPhone or my GoPro, which is right there on top of the computer. It's just a lot easier, and I don't have to spend a lot on like expensive stuff. So the cardboard box is because the tripod isn't quite tall enough, so I got a little boost there. And a lot of people have said, "Why are there shadows on your face?" Well, that's my studio light there. Nice little light from IKEA. Uh, I'm just a small YouTuber, so studio lighting's actually kind of expensive if you want to get the really good stuff. So the IKEA light actually works. I just turn it all on and it shines on my face. All right, so now let's go ahead and get into the actual battle station, and this is what I use for recording all the videos, producing everything, and all that. So I guess I'll get into the peripherals and the setup first, and then we can move into the actual computer. So the desk is a 60-inch desk. I got it off of Wayfair. It was a good deal, and it didn't look that bad, so I went ahead and grabbed that. Up top, I recently put in a shelf so I could put my little monitors on it and just some other odds and ends there. I got a Harry Potter one that I picked up in Florida when I was down at Universal Studios, and all of my vape juice and some other stuff. So as far as the computer goes, three monitors is what I have. Three monitors. Honestly, some people might think it's overkill, but when you're editing videos and you have so much open, it's still not enough. Like I still find myself running out of space with three monitors because I have like research up on one, all my folders on the other, editing software in the middle, stuff like that. But as far as it goes, it is working for me and I really enjoy it. Next peripheral, actually, I should say all three of these monitors are Dell IPS monitors. They're really nice, pretty good value. I think they run about $130 each, but they're really nice and I do like them. So the next peripheral is webcam, and I just picked this up recently. It is a Logitech C922 or 922C. There's a C in there somewhere. It's a 1080p webcam, and it works very well for what I need it to do. Rest of the peripherals. First thing is the mouse. It's a Logitech G900. I really like it. It has four side mouse buttons on it that you can reprogram. I use a lot of those for RuneScape. I reprogram my F keys to those. It makes switching for PVM a lot easier. The keyboard is a Logitech G910 Orion Spectrum, and that also has macro keys on it and some other functions that are pretty cool that I do use every now and then. Headset is going to be the Logitech G933, and there is a newer model out, but I really like this one. It's incredibly comfortable and it fits my head just right. It does have to break in for a while, but I really do like it, and I probably will never switch from Logitech after this point. Mousepad is a 3 foot by 16-inch Razer Goliathus mousepad. I used to have Razer stuff, but I couldn't really get behind it after using it for a while, and I wanted to try something new. So that's when I switched to Logitech. But I really do like this mousepad. So whenever I do need a new one, I always reorder it. It's like 15 bucks on eBay. So I really like the mousepad. I would suggest buying one if you have a big desk and you want to cover it up. Last thing before we get into the PC, I guess, is the chair. I got this off of Wayfair. It was $100. They have a ton of colors available. I honestly don't even remember what brand it is, but it is really comfortable, and I really like it for $100. The arms actually fold up, so that's really nice if you're just trying to relax or sit in a different position. So the chair is actually really nice for $100. I would absolutely recommend it to anyone. You can just go on there, look for the picture, and I'm sure you'll find it. They got like purple, green, black, red, yellow, orange. They have a bunch of different colors. It was a pretty good deal. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the computer. So the current computer that I use, I built like 4 or 5 years ago. Actually, I think it's been 4. I built this computer 4 years ago, and I had not expected that I would be getting into RuneScape and like this heavy and doing videos and the YouTube thing. So I actually built this computer just to have, because I was playing a lot of other games that were graphics intensive at the time. But now it's really nice to have because video production and rendering videos and effects, but it is getting a little outdated, which is why I'm building a new one. So I do plan on selling this one off once I'm done with building the new one. But let's go ahead, I guess, and get into the specs of the computer. So the case is a Thermaltake case. Runs you like 70 bucks or something on Newegg. It's a really nice case. It's pretty quiet, and it's got the little side view over in the side. And then looking into the side here, as far as like specs and stuff go, the power supply is a Corsair CX500. 500 watts, didn't need anything more for that. I will be upgrading in the next machine. Right there, I don't know if you can see it that well, but there is a 1 terabyte HDD in there, and that's where all my video data goes. In the back of the machine, there is a 2.5-inch 250 gig SSD, which all of my editing software and my operating system, all that is on for quick boot times and quick load times, and so it works as optimally as it can. Graphics card is an EVGA GeForce GTX 1060, so last series, and as for now, I'm going to be upgrading to the RTX 2070 once I get the new machine going. The red sticks right there is 4 gigabytes each of G.Skill Ripjaws RAM for a total of 16 gigs. Also going to be upgrading that to 32 in the next machine. The motherboard is an Asus Z170A series. Very nice, very smooth running motherboard. Very happy with it, so I went with Asus again on the new build, and it is a Z370A because the processor I'm getting requires a 300 series motherboard. And up here in the top, the processor is an Intel i5 6600 Skylake. I didn't think I'd need more than that, but after doing all this video editing and stuff, it does tend to hang a little bit, so I will be upgrading that as well. But as far as the basic specs for the computer go, that's about it. And over here on the front, I don't know why I put a disk drive in it. I don't think I've ever put a disk drive in it, but hey, it's got one. And the media reader for like GoPro cards, the little SD cards and stuff. And the stuff that I have in the front right here is the charger for the headset. That's the wireless receiver for the headset and just a USB stick. So that's basic specs of the computer. It works very well for what I need to do, but with like software updates coming out, it is slowing down. So that's another main reason that I'm going to be upgrading here soon. Last thing I guess I'll talk about is, at least for the computer itself, is going to be the microphone. And this is a Yeti Pro, which is really nice because it is USB as well as XLR. So it'll work with my computer and that little mixer over there. So that's why I went ahead and got it. As far as the shock mount, the pop screen, and the boom stand for the desk, I got all of that on Amazon for like 40 bucks. Microphone was like $250. So it ran me like $290 for this microphone setup, but really happy with it. The audio quality from this USB microphone is incredibly good. So if you're trying to get into streaming or video making, I would highly recommend the Yeti Pro. I really, really enjoy it. And the very last thing as far as my setup goes is the stuff that I use. RuneLite is the client that I use. Last week I put out a video on RuneLite plugins that you should absolutely be using. So obviously I use RuneLite all the time. And then as far as video production goes, right here, this is everything that I use. So Camtasia Studio 8, that's what I use for screen capturing. Adobe After Effects, Adobe Audition for some audio editing. Adobe Premiere Pro is my video editor. Adobe Photoshop is mainly what I use for making the graphics. And Adobe Illustrator, I do use that sometimes for making graphics and then exporting it into Photoshop. Voicemeeter Banana is for streaming. Everything that I use on the stream as far as audio devices is all filtered through Voicemeeter. It is free if you want to check it out. And Streamlabs OBS is what I use for streaming. It's really cool, really compact, has everything you need in there. And then up top there's Studio One 4, and that's what I use for mixing music and stuff when I decide to record. All right, everybody, so that is going to wrap up this little video that I wanted to show you guys about my studio. I do get a lot of questions about what's in it, so I thought it would be an awesome video to do. I had a lot of people say that they would definitely watch it, so I decided why not, show you guys what I got. So I want to thank you all for watching this video, and if you enjoyed it, please leave a thumbs up down below. They do help the video's popularity. They help it spread around and get recommended to other people. And if you haven't done so yet, you can tap the subscribe button. It is down in the bottom right corner or at the end of the video, and you can also find it underneath the video. So if you have your ad blocker turned on, maybe you could consider joining my channel. It does help support the channel, and it helps support me creating new content for you guys as much as I possibly can. So with that, guys, thank you for watching. Once again, I hope you enjoyed it. I will see you guys on the next video. Take it easy, everybody.